Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of the Gamechat podcast. We have been gone for a little while. I mean, compared to my norm, it hasn't been very long at all. But took a break for Summer Games Fest to take it over to Dig, and Geek Set with their gaming channel and podcast. We're getting started over there. So if you want to see our thoughts on, I think it was Summer Game Fest and all the other events that happened this summer, definitely check out that podcast. Yeah, it was a lot.
It feels like so long ago.
It does feel like a very long time ago. But yeah, I definitely wanted to check in with everybody. Gamescom actually just recently happened, and in my opinion, it was not a lot there. Not a lot there, unfortunately. You know, sometimes Jeff hits it off the park. Well, actually, I can't even put this on Jeff because he's just there to host. He's just hired to collect a paycheck. Gamescom.
Hey, he let us know ahead of time, though. He did let us know ahead of time. Hey, don't expect nothing big.
He did. He did. Which honestly, I feel like more conferences should do that. So at least I'm not like crushed, you know. And like, what is this? But yeah, before we get into all that, I did want to introduce the panelists. So we'll start with you, Dig. What's going on? How have things been for you in general? And how's it been for you just in the gaming space, I guess?
It's been good. I'm hot here in Milwaukee today. It hit 101. I was very upset.
Nope.
Very upset. But overall, things are good. In terms of gaming, I still gotta beat Diablo, guys. I feel like I tell you guys that once a week, and I don't touch it. I say that and then go, oh yeah, so let me go ahead and play this and play something else.
Yeah.
So maybe this weekend I'll pick up Diablo again.
It's a tough year to try and stick with something because there are so many like Game of the Year contenders, and even then just like generally good games that come out that's like, do you want to play more Diablo or you want to play the new thing? You know, it's always that decision. But Joel, I know Joel's been, he's been grinding out Diablo. So same questions. How have you been doing just in general, and how's it been for you gaming wise?
I'm fine in general. Everything's good. Gaming wise, it's been I feel like I've been slacking because like Diablo I finished like a while ago. I will go back to it eventually. So I want to play with all the classes, but now with these new seasons and then eventually when the new DLC of the new class comes out, I have a lot to look forward to going later. So it's something that can last long, has long legs. So story wise, I beat it and good. I'll move on to the next game, which has been Final Fantasy, which I've been slacking. I'm like 40% in and I need to focus more and sit down and play it because I do really like it. It's just like just keep dragging my feet with it. But yeah, that's my current obsession. I got Mortal Kombat coming out soon, so I'm trying to finish it before that comes out. But I don't know if that's like.
Yeah, especially back to school happening as well. So it's just a lot of things happening right now. But Trayvon, same thing.
Joel's not going back to school.
Oh no,
he's not.
But my daughter is.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's what I was talking about.
All right, that's fair.
But yeah, you Trayvon, how have you been doing, and how's it been going with in terms of gaming?
I've been awful. I'm just joking.
Yikes!
Like I hate it here.
Everything's okay. I'm happy to be here to talk about all these games and all the rumors and all the speculation. I feel like that's the most interesting thing going on right now, rather than some of these games. I was supposed to be playing Final Fantasy. I don't know. I played like a good piece of it, and then I didn't go back. It's not like I don't like the game. It's just I don't know.
It's a lot.
TV and movies kind of taking over my life more than games right now.
Yeah.
So it's like
TV.
I turn on the PlayStation to play Fortnite with you guys, and that's pretty much the only time I started on.
What I do. It's kind of.
So that's it. So yeah.
It's Fortnite be getting in the way sometimes. I'm like,
I know. I might have to start declining you guys.
That's when I turn it on, honestly.
I'll tell you guys, I'll be in the Discord chat playing other games.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've done that.
But yeah, I mean, excited to talk about some of these games, and I think I'm just excited about one game right now. Honestly, I guess we'll get to it. Get there.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can kind of get to it now or whenever, because honestly, this podcast is a bit more loose than I usually have it. I usually plan and possibly even over plan things when it comes to the gaming podcast, but this time around, one thing, I started a full-time job, so I am tired. So I'm like, I'm tired. It's not the weekend, so I don't really want to spend a lot of time looking up things at the moment.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of open the floor up to you guys to discuss whatever you guys want to talk about as far as gaming is concerned. And if not, I have a few different prompts and things that we can look at, just to keep the conversation going. But yeah, I would love to hear about the game that you had in mind, Trayvon.
Quick question, Joel, did you just shave or something? I keep noticing you look at your beard. Like, did you just shave or something?
What happened is I got like a bald spot.
Okay, I know. I just keep seeing you look like this and look at something, and I'm like, what is going on here?
It annoys me every time.
That's fair. No, I get that.
Yeah.
My apologies to derail us. I just no, I didn't notice it until you kept looking at something.
Yeah, I just like every time I turn, I'm like, nah, there it is. It's still there. Yeah.
Like, is it even? What's going on?
I can't grow. I won't grow hair there. It's fucking annoying.
That's interesting.
I get it.
Yeah, it's patchy.
It's character.
For me, the game I was talking about is the First Descendant. That's the game that I feel like I'm
Is that the
most
one that
interested
AJ
in.
sent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one I'm most interested in so far. I remember before that I was really excited. Well, interested in Immortals of Avium. And I remember when I saw the gameplay of it, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I like third person games more than first person.
And
if
first
it was
person?
third person, yeah, I don't really like first person stuff too much.
Same.
Yeah.
The same way.
So, but when I saw, I was like, I don't know if I'm. It's magic, so it kind of, it interests me. Now this, on the other hand, the First Descendant seems like it's like it's fun. It looks fun. It looks like they have abilities. They're shooting. It looks like a mix, and I'm like, ooh, this might be the game for me. So yes, I'm excited to see that one. Of course, Spider-Man coming up, but other than that. But yeah, I think that's the only other game I'm like, I'm waiting for this. I think they're let you sign up for the beta testing, so I did that. So hopefully I get in that. Then hopefully if I like it, then I'll pre-order it. But yeah, that's the only game I'm like kind of thinking about. Oh, maybe I should pre-order it.
Yeah.
Am I back, guys?
Yes,
I don't know what happened to my camera.
Yeah, I was trying not to laugh when you froze.
Yeah, I froze for again like a minute. I saw that. I was like, what is going on?
Oh man, but no, you're good. You're good now. But yeah, I was gonna say one of the more interesting trailers from Gamescom was for First Descendant. So now, like you, Trayvon, I'm also interested in playing it and did sign up for the beta. So AJ, he might get his wish. He might just get his wish this time around.
We might all play it together.
Yeah. At least play I think you'll be able to play the beta together. I think it's cross-platform, right?
Yeah.
And I think, cool. I don't know when this podcast is going to come out, but I believe the beta is supposed to be happening like middle of September / maybe early September. So, if I get this up soon enough and the beta, there's still signups, I would recommend it. It looked like one of the more promising trailers shown at Gamescom this year.
And the little crumbs that we got of the Wonder Woman game from that banner on
concept art.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this.
Crumb.
So it still exists. They gave evidence it exists.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean,
sorta.
That they okay.
I'm here audio. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're good.
The senior mocap supervisor on LinkedIn had a banner.
That's what
of the concept art behind him, but now it's gone apparently.
Oh.
But it was up there. Everyone was like, "What is that?" Behind you, sir. But, yeah.
Dang.
Got exposed. Oh no.
Yeah.
My fault.
Damn.
Well, you knew what you were doing.
For real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's something. I don't know. I feel like
It's not dead, I guess.
yeah, we need to hear something from the. Did they say what the developers were?
Monolith.
Monolith.
Monolith?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
Monolith.
that guy works at Monolith. Yeah.
Hopefully,
The
we'll
one.
hear something from them, like at least by the
Eventually.
end of the year, because like it's been literally nothing. Like even
What
just
was it
the
again?
announcement teaser was kind of nothing. It was just like the silhouette of Wonder Woman. So that that doesn't really give me evidence that a game has actually been made. I know that you made a model of Wonder Woman, and that's about it. So
Right.
I would love to have some kind of update. Definitely lost some of my hype for Wonder Woman at this point. So, if they could do something to bring it back, then that works for me. Works for me.
Oh, Zack Snyder also said there'd be a Rebel Moon game, so that was another interesting
He
thing
did.
that was said. So I was like, okay, cool. So I don't know what that
So-
entails.
But doesn't that come out after both movies? Like,
Yeah, it takes
Well, the
place
second
after
movie
both
comes out in February 2024, so. I mean,
Oh,
it's not
okay, I
like,
guess.
You know,
movies. So he filmed those back to back.
yeah, they must be filming them at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I'm kind of, I don't know. I thought it was strange that he just immediately announced both parts. Like, usually
Yeah.
at least not for the start of a franchise, it doesn't work that way, I don't think. But I don't know.
filmed for a long time, so I was like, you need something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
What's
a
more
long time
strange
ago.
is the need for a director's cut already.
Already.
No, it's
Oh.
what Mike said. He did it's a PG-13, then an R1.
Just release the R1. It's not like this is
Yeah.
going into a theater. This is going on Netflix.
Yeah, that is a
It
lot.
probably is going to theaters though. They might do it on theaters. You know how to like do a little.
I don't know if
limited
Netflix is gonna allow that.
run. They do limited runs all the
I've done it
time.
before.
Yeah, they do it for like a week. I'm saying actual theater runs.
All that I don't expect.
I don't know. No
We'll
idea.
see.
We will. It'd be cool to see that in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was intriguing, and I don't know. I just felt very not confused. I don't know. I guess it's intriguing.
Curious.
Make his own Doom
I was
/ Star
decent.
Wars.
Yeah, I was more
Yeah.
curious than excited after the. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I felt as well. For sure. Any other things to look forward to?
In
I
general.
think of for me.
I mean,
Anybody checked out? Oh, dang.
I'm excited for the stuff that they put for Black Myth Wukong to actually see more about that game.
That did look
To
cool.
know that it looks like it's actually coming out, whereas when we first saw it, it was like, oh, this looks cool, but is it really gonna come out?
Proof concept. Type
Yeah.
It did
So, like,
like,
to actually-
now.
I think
Yeah.
it still looks like a little bit rough in some areas. Like I saw like a little bit of like frame droppage, but there are also a lot of games that release with like dropping
Right.
frames. So I'm like, maybe that's just par for the course. I don't know.
And to be fair, I don't think they still haven't given a date, so they can still
Yeah.
polish it.
That's
Well, I
true.
think they definitely moved it to at least next year because I think
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
It's supposed to come out I think some point this year, but they definitely said not this year.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
I'm very
fine.
excited for
This year's
Black
pretty
Myth.
stacked anyway, so they could
for
stand
sure.
out a lot
It's
more
packed.
next year.
This year was too jumbled, too many games, and I loved it,
Yeah.
but it's crazy.
Yeah, this is a huge year. Well, I
Yeah, and also
know.
a Fallout TV show.
Say that again.
Oh yeah, the Fallout TV show.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, so Fallout TV
I
show
saw
today.
somebody posted that, and I'm like, I didn't even click on it. I'm like, I don't even know if I
I didn't-
care.
I've
never really.
I
been
never
into
played
Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never played it either. I just.
Me neither. No, I know a lot of people that love it though.
That's just an apocalypse show. I'm like, that's not really that different, you know.
It's apocalyptic.
Like,
yeah.
unless it's like from the perspective of somebody that like plays the game like really crazy and makes like a bunch of like pretty much from a crazy person living in the apocalypse, then I think it would be more interesting. If not, I'm like, that's not really that different.
Hmm. I've heard they were good games, but I
Yeah.
personally never played them
Yeah.
or cared to play them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's one of those things.
I'm there as well.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They're cool. They could be better.
Yeah. I know they have a mascot with the Vault Boy, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty iconic. Yeah, outside of that, I have no relation to Fallout. But some games that came out this month, or are coming out this month, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk just dropped on the 18th, actually, and it seems like a lot of people really like it. It seems like from the impressions that I saw that it's been pretty faithful to the like Jet Set Radio legacy and like what that those games have created as far as like the vibe and like its I guess like inclusion of like different cultures and stuff. It seems like it's done a great job at that. So I'm looking forward to playing that at some point, hopefully this year. We also have Armored Core, which will be coming out. Oh, Immortals Avium actually dropped yesterday at the time of recording this.
First impressions weren't hot.
No, I mean,
I need a demo. They need to give me a demo. I was hoping they would do that.
More games in general should have demos now, but
yeah, it's a risk, but at the same time, I think especially for this year, dropping a demo wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world because there are so many good games to compete with, and even if it's not actually a good game, there are so many good trailers to compete with that at least putting out a demo like will help you find an audience that was maybe unsure, or they're just looking for like free stuff to play and they end up liking it so much they're willing to buy. So
yeah,
yeah,
I get the risk of becoming a Forspoken where your demo causes pre-orders to probably get canceled or never happen in the first place.
Yeah,
but I think the potential benefit outweighs that risk because there are still a lot of people who they don't want to go into a game just off of word of mouth, so they're looking to actually get their hands on with it, or they're waiting for their friend to buy it.
Yeah,
and you can probably convert them with a good demo versus, not.
Yeah, the other thing about making demos is it's also like not just costly from like people could cancel their pre-orders, but also costly from the fact that they have to take a section of a game they're working on and make it into essentially its whole, like a game in itself, and make it so that it's like pretty much cleaned up of most of the bugs that they can clean up before like releasing the demo, and putting it on the store and all of that. So unless you're like super confident, it can be risky in that regard. Or if you just have an easy way to make a demo outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's why this should be planned in your like development process. Like, we need to make a demo. Like, this is part of it, not a afterthought.
Yeah.
Like,
I
maybe
mean,
that could just be something they plan for. And I don't know, like for me, because Sonic Frontiers is one game I think about, because that game I was like, I don't know, I don't like the things that he's fighting. And then when I did the demo, I was like, nah. Like, I think it's better. Like, I would have been mad if I had bought it, honestly. I would have been really upset. So it's like better for me to do that than me be online tweeting y'all, telling y'all the game's trash. That's much better than me doing that. Okay, I just said nope. I tried a demo. It was free. I had nothing to say. It just wasn't for me. That's it. I don't know. They about to pull me back in with this update though. They tell me they added Super Sonic. I was like, hold on now.
Oh, Super Sonic. He was in the game before.
Jump in there.
But you had to get all the
it's like
gems
Super.
And stuff.
It was like Super Saiyan 2 Sonic, because he did like Super Sonic and then like powered up again and like his hair changed. It was I saw it on Twitter. It was weird.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'll have to look at the video that they dropped.
I still prefer classic 2D Sonic. That's why I'm more excited for Sonic.
Sonic Superstars?
Yes.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I used to love the one that was on Dreamcast too, though. One like the Sonic. Yeah, I used to love those. So that's why I was like, that's why I was excited for Frontiers. So I was like, but yeah.
I think Sonic
Superstars not in that type of world.
Comes out soon. Let me see.
It'll come out right around the time of Mario.
similar time.
It just says 2023, so maybe not. It may be closer to holiday, probably, to be honest.
When does Mario Wonder come out? That's another game I'm.
That's
October.
That's October.
20th.
Okay. Oh, same day as Spider-Man. Interesting.
Yep.
That is ballsy, considering I want both.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like there's probably more overlap in the audience than you would expect because Mario Wonder is kind of like going back to like classic Mario. So like the like quote unquote older fans will want to experience that, but they'll also want to experience Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
Huh?
You know it.
probably. I don't know if Mario Wonder is.
Are they both
$70?
$70?
It probably is.
Oh.
I'm almost positive it
That's
is.
the case? Well, Mario's gonna have to wait.
I mean, it definitely.
Oh, no,
was.
Mario's
Definitely
60.
already pre-ordered.
At 60?
Spider-Man already pre-ordered, so default. I got deluxe for Spider-Man, so
I do look forward to
I
playing.
think I paid 80 or 90 for that. So I was like, yeah.
Ooh.
Damn.
I was like, yeah.
Trayvon got money.
Yeah,
Right?
I needed
Big money
Yeah.
Trayvon over
I
there.
just needed it. I just needed Spider-Man, okay? And I need all the suits.
Yeah.
All the suits.
The suits are fun. The suits are fun.
Yeah.
Those games are great.
Then we
I can't
also
wait for
have at the end of the month Baldur's Gate 3, which is already released on
PC.
I was about to say, I thought it was already out, right?
But it
I have a
hasn't
friend
come
that's
out
playing
to
it
PS5 yet. And they're
Oh,
waiting on
okay.
Xbox Series S to that version of the game. It doesn't run or certain components on certain aspects, so they haven't released it on Xbox yet because of the Series S, which is unfortunate.
Ow. Okay.
Yeah.
If the S can handle it, could have switched to.
No.
Oh no, I don't think so.
The Switch can't. The Switch 2 can't. Your Switch will explode.
Yeah, probably.
It won't run the trailer. That's how bad.
I want the Switch 2 to at least be Xbox Series S powerful, at least. Like, not X, but S. Like,
I wouldn't put money on it. I would love for that.
At least docked.
I
At least docked
money
to be able to do that. I don't know.
I'm curious what Nintendo does
Docked?
next.
I
You
don't
can
know.
knock it down to 720p on go, I guess. I don't know.
I hope it's like 1080. You know, because I think it's already 720p on the go, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Oof.
So hopefully.
I
they can work
don't
that out.
really turn on my Switch, to be honest.
It's been actually no, it hasn't been that long. I played a couple days ago, but yeah, the Switch is you know, that kind of leads me into something else I wanted to talk about, which is hopes for the Switch 2. Since we have, I believe Nintendo confirmed that they are going to be releasing the next generation for the Switch console, and that's going to be happening in 2024. Likely around springtime, but we'll have to see.
Like last time? What was it, March, right? When they announced it last time? Last time they did the first Switch? I think it was like March.
I think
I don't know what year it was, though, but I know it was March.
I think
Switch
I
came
think
out.
it was around March-ish. Like
I can look it up real quick.
That would make sense.
It was March 2017.
It's good memory. It's good memory.
No, I looked it up. It was
Oh
not
no, I was
memory.
saying to Trayvon about remembering
Oh.
March.
Yeah, I know
Good
it was
Google.
March. I
Good
couldn't remember
Google
what year it
did.
was, though.
But yeah, do you guys have any like hopes or aspirations for the Switch 2, or any requirements that you're like, I absolutely need this, or I'm not buying it?
It would have to have backwards compatibility for sure,
That's
because
a
they're
start.
they're
Yeah.
still having major games come out for the Switch, and for them to be like, oh, that's it, would be very, very bad. So that's the first thing. And then outside of that, I think Trayvon's right. It needs to at least be as powerful as a Series S. Like, it doesn't need to be world breaking, but I think Series S is as least as far back as you go. Like you can't be as powerful as a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One.
But imagine it. I mean, at least I wanted to be able to get these games.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like that's the thing. Like all these games are excluding the Switch because it can't handle it. I'm like, that'd be cool to be like, you see all the logos down there. Like, I mean, of course not Spider-Man, but something like that on all of them. Like, oh, cool.
Right.
Or the next Batman game, all of them from start at the beginning. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah. You know, all I can say is never say never. I'm not gonna.
That doesn't sound confident at all.
I'm not confident about the Switch being as powerful as the Series S, but I'm also, I'm not an industry insider. It's just a hobbyist perspective. So I would love to be proven wrong. I'll put that challenge out.
Jamie says she knows people.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get to know people. That's try and find some information, sign some friendiers.
I don't know. I mean, backwards compatibility. I say backwards compatibility with make sure we have the cartridge slot too. Like,
yes.
Please do not like try to reinvent the wheel. Like, the Switch is good. Just make it more powerful. Like, chill out.
Right.
Nintendo, please. Do not make a whole new thing, please. Like,
yeah.
No, they're definitely making a whole new thing. That's Nintendo's wheelhouse.
See, yes, that is Nintendo's wheelhouse. But it also didn't really serve them the last time they did that. Like the Wii transitioning to the Wii U, even though they essentially just made a more powerful Wii, the addition of the Gamepad and it not really being well utilized for a lot of games, or making it so like the player was constantly like, tablet and face, like putting it down, putting it up, putting it down. I think they're still gonna try
to be fair
to do something different, but I don't know.
To be fair, that Wii U design, in all intents and purposes, became the Switch design.
Yeah.
Like, so they definitely, even though they reinvented the wheel with there, that's what they do. Like, think about even from all the way back to the NES. The Super Nintendo didn't really look like the NES. Nintendo 64 definitely didn't. Neither did the GameCube. Like none of their systems. This is probably the closest that we've got to their predecessor looking like the current one.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
yes, but you gotta think about Super Nintendo had the cartridge, and then it went to like what the GameCube had the disc. I was like, let's not do those kind of changes.
Whoa! Don't come at the GameCube. The GameCube was great.
No. I'm not coming at the GameCube. I'm talking about the change. Let's not.
Which
do
was
that.
smart.
Let's
that was smart.
Did it have like something that you could put the cartridge in, or you just couldn't use the cartridge anymore?
You had to add.
You had to get like an add-on.
Yeah,
but
okay.
That was smart. That was what got the GameCube to be able to have a little bit more graphically intensive games.
You just said you wanted backwards compatibility. If they changed the system, no
you
more
could
cartridges.
Do that. You could do that without having. You can make them digital backwards compatible.
No, see, I don't trust them to do all that.
Some of my games are not digital only though, so.
I'm sorry.
The cartridges also can't hold everything right now too, though.
I'm sorry. Look, I do want backwards compatibility. You can have multiple ports. I don't care. But if you start feeling like, yo, a cartridge can't make this thing graphically inclined to be today, then you just gotta leave it.
I mean, the cartridge cannot hold the games right now. It's not. Sometimes they're not big enough. What is it, like 32 gigabytes max? I think right now.
Oh yeah, see, so get them out of here.
Bro.
So okay, so here, how about this? Like, we can make. I don't know if we need to make a bigger cartridge, a new kind of cartridge, whatever. But then similar to the DS, I remember the point I was going to say, but I'll finish what I'm saying right now. So similar to the DS, they also had, and I didn't even know this until recently, they had a port on the DS where you could plug in your Game Boy games. So you could still access that library, but then you also have a different slot for like these bigger or faster cartridges that can be have more powerful games on them. But yeah, I remember I was going to say that the difference between Nintendo transitioning from like the GameCube and the SNES and like all these like home consoles is that the Switch is kind of a merge between their mobile consoles, like their handheld console, excuse me, I should say, and their home console. So the DS is the iteration between. We started with like normal DS, then I think they had the
3DS.
3DS.
They had the DSi, they had the DS that you actually couldn't fold, which I don't know why they came out with that design.
I remember that.
So and that and those
I don't remember that one.
instances, yeah, it was very weird.
I'm gonna look it up.
I did
one.
kind of like the aesthetic, but the portability, like, why am I buying this? It's not portable. But in this case, you know, the way that they iterated on that console, it didn't really change very much, except for really the power and like maybe a little gimmick when looking at the DSi and the 3DS. So the Switch, I think they will try to like add their own little spin to it, whether it might be something with like maybe AI. I don't know. AI is really hot right now, or maybe try and integrate more augmented reality stuff. Although the PSP tried to do that, and like you don't see pretty much any augmented reality games coming out anymore. But maybe try to dig back into that, and see if they're able to push the envelope forward that way. But in terms of like the cartridges and stuff, I feel like they're usually, just looking at what they've done with the DS, they're usually pretty good with allowing people to access like their old libraries. And I think I read something that was from Doug Bowser. Don't quote me on this. I'll put a subtitle or something if I'm able to find it. But I think I read something that said he would like for there to be backwards compatibility, and that if there was a system for that, they would likely look towards attaching like game data to your Nintendo Switch account, which I think is already happening right now with like a lot of like cloud backups and stuff like that. So I'm just hoping that would also apply to games that you only buy like physically, because in my case especially, like I just bought Tears of the Kingdom, and I bought it physically because it was a game that I was really looking forward to, and I usually buy physical those kinds of games. So that would kind of suck for me if I had to start all the way over. Would I do it? Yes. But would I be happy about it? Not necessarily, because it's not of my choice. So yeah, I don't think they'll change up that much, but I do think they're gonna put their own little spin on it.
2DS looks awful.
The what?
The 2DS looks awful.
Yeah,
you were right.
That's what it's called. Yeah,
it looks awful.
I mean, they have all the the online service that saves and on the cloud and all that stuff. So I mean, hopefully they take all that stuff into account. Like,
and improve the online service in general, because I don't have it because it's notorious for being like very inconsistent. Otherwise, it's pretty cheap, so I probably would invest.
The unfortunate part of that is, if they do improve it, that cost is going up. Isn't it like $30 for the year or something like that? Isn't it something like crazily cheap?
I think it's like 20. Yeah, I think it's pretty low.
It sounds, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna have to go up if they're gonna do. Just because they're gonna have to invest more,
right?
Which is crazy because they're Nintendo. You would think they would have that infrastructure, but
Yeah, I feel like if they would want to do this change of good faith, they would like give everybody. This is thinking very like optimistically. Like, we're gonna change things up, and then in a year after, like, we finally get the servers running well, or at least like I feel like it will take almost a year for them to figure things out. Once they figure things out, then you can we're gonna do a price increase or something. So then people like myself who haven't bought the service because we know it's been notoriously bad can try it while it's at this lower price, and then decide oh, okay, I'll jump up to the higher price because I think it's worth it. Versus just immediately hiking up the price, them still trying to figure things out, and then people asking, well, why am I paying this much if the service has become either worse or the same? So I think it would be best if they just try to fix things, and then once they are at a good point, then increase the price.
This online price is insane. Just coming from Sony, I just looked at theirs. Their family plan for up to 8 people is $80. Like for the max one, whatever's like their expansion pass, $80 a year for up to 8 people. Sony and Microsoft would never.
Wow.
Sony and Microsoft would never.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They would not.
See, but no intense online games on there. That's why.
That's also fair.
The good thing about Microsoft, though, not to be a Microsoft shill, is the fact that if you have Game Pass, and you play like a lot of different games, like you can increase your gamer score, and then you can actually spend those points to buy like another 3 months of Game Pass. Granted, I think that takes a very long time, but I have done it before and just got like free.
Like a true exploit.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
When does
say it again?
When does Starfield come out?
September 6th. I preloaded it onto my PC already.
Yeah, that reminds me. I need to do that. I need to check and see if my PC will even run it, and then I'll do it.
It should. Who was that I was talking? I think that was Mike I was talking to about it, and he was asking if his laptop would, and the specs for it weren't too crazy, like the minimum specs. I granted you might be running it in like 720, 30 FPS, but you know,
yeah,
you'll run it.
Does it work on the Xbox One?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could probably play it with the cloud gaming.
I don't know if I would risk that. I don't know. Like whatever device you have hooked up, if you don't care about it, sure, go ahead.
I don't think it's gonna like torch his Xbox One. It might. You might be able to see like half the planet.
On my laptop, I'll do that.
But yeah, after Starfield, we all have Marvel's Spider-Man 2 coming out on October 20th, and also Super Mario Brothers Wonder, as we mentioned, coming out on October 20th. And we actually just recently, I think it was yesterday, got the news that Charles, let me see his last name so I can try and read it.
Martinet.
Charles Martinet.
Is it not Marionette?
No, not at all. Not at
Cut
all.
that out, please. Cut that out.
We'll see. Charles Martinet is retiring as the voice of Mario, which is like kind of sad a little bit. I'm happy that he's been with us for so long as Mario. And I don't even really have that big an attachment to Mario, but just the fact that Mario is going to be voiced by somebody else, I'm like, man, Mario will be a little different now. If you think about it.
Already? Is it like after this game or like
for
this game?
For this game.
Okay, so it's gonna be somebody else for this game.
Yep.
Already. Okay.
If you think about it, Charles Martinet plays a pretty big part in just the Mario verse in general, I guess we want to call it. I think he plays Mario and Luigi, probably plays Wario. I wouldn't be surprised if he was Waluigi.
Let's see.
He plays a lot of characters in the Mario series, so that's gonna be a lot of like potential talent that they have to pick up, or they just have to find another Charles Martinet, which would probably be more difficult than just fighting multiple
You are
people.
correct. He is also Wario and Waluigi. He's also Baby Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think they can. I feel like now with social media, I feel like somebody is emulating that already.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure of it.
But it's like, because I've been like trying to learn more about voice acting, because one day maybe I'll get to it. But the thing about it is, it's not just like, can you do the voice? It's like, can you really act? Not like Mario's really expressing some like deep, like emotional stuff, but it's like, when he makes little like mannerisms and gestures, like you can tell like, oh, that was Mario. Like Mario's doing his little goofy thing, and the way that like somebody on TikTok or like somebody on YouTube that makes impressions might interpret Mario's character might be slightly different than Charles Martinet. So it could be like making a new age for Mario, I guess, just depending on how the person wants to play the character.
Do you think they'll try and do Chris Pratt?
No.
You think they'll try it?
No.
Sure?
No,
You
I
sure
don't.
they won't try it? Well, the movie did very well. They were like,
I
No,
hope not.
I don't think they would.
I hope they don't do that. But
Like, listen, y'all heard me say, like, you know, I think Chris Pratt did better than I initially thought he would, but that does not mean I'm okay with him just being Mario.
I still don't think he did great. I don't think he did good. That was by far I think the weakest part of the movie. Great movie, but I didn't like it at all.
I got over it, but it definitely was like, look, get the guy that does the French voice of Mario in the movie. He sounded just like Charles Martinet. So maybe if they could get him, maybe if he knows some English, we can maybe work things out.
The thing is, Mario doesn't speak a crazy amount.
Right.
Sure.
It doesn't. Yeah. Like, I grew up with a different Mario than all of you. Keep in mind, he didn't sound like Charles Martinet when I was growing up. There was no Charles Martinet until he became 3D. All right, there was no such thing. He was played by a wrestler for most of my youth, for the cartoons.
Okay.
So, and he did a great job. That was the Mario of my youth. And then, of course, now it became Charles. All these years it's been Charles, and I'm gonna miss him. He's been great, but this new generation will have their own voice of Mario, and we're gonna have to live with that.
Not the new generation. I got kicked out. Well. Something else we have on the docket here is that PlayStation has finally announced the name for the I can't even remember the code name. I'm not even gonna look it up. But you know, the handheld that we've been Project Q. That's right. The handheld that we've been talking about, Project Q, now has a name. It's the PlayStation Portal, which not a bad name, I don't think. But still,
I like the name.
Not a great concept. And to me, in terms of
What was the actual Portal? Yeah.
Right.
I said the name is great. I wish the console was better.
Yeah.
Can you even call it a console?
No.
No.
All right.
It's very much an accessory.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an alternate option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I look at.
So
Controller
I
is
mean,
great.
they did. I believe the last time we talked, we said like they shouldn't go over like 200, and they stopped right at $199.99 for the price of the PlayStation Portal. So all the features that we've read about so far, those are still the same from what I've read. And did they put a release date on it? Let me see. It's going to launch later this year. So this is tough because PlayStation, you know, they launched the PSVR 2, and that's not doing too great. They're about to launch this, which
How much that thing was?
not not many people are very optimistic about this product either. So I don't really understand what's going on PlayStation's side of things when it comes to their devices, but
I want to know who said, "Let's do this thing." Like who? Why would they even think this was?
I mean,
That's so funny.
so it's interesting because like the more that we've talked about it, we've seen that you know, a friend of the show, Mike, he was saying that, you know, hey, like if it's for the right price, like I might be interested in this just because I think he wasn't aware of remote play or didn't understand how it worked. So you're like, hey,
Which was
I'd be
so
down.
interesting.
It is. But I like, you
He didn't know
know,
about
sometimes
the
I have to
backbone.
remind myself, like, not everybody is plugged in like this, you know? So,
But he's around us. Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
see, but like,
I swear we
he gets
talked
so
about
much.
it when he was there.
I feel like we did. As well. But he gets so much information about like movies and TV. Like, you know, something has to go out to make space. Something has to go out. But yeah, I think for people like him that maybe aren't as familiar with remote play, or maybe even somebody that just wants a device to play on that doesn't have like an iPad or something, or doesn't want to like waste their phone battery for it, I could see them being interested. Do I would I want them to invest in this? Personally, no. I think you know, sacrifice the phone. If you got an old phone laying around that is like relatively up to date, I would rather do that. Or even just, I think you could do, can you do remote play on your computer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, most everybody has a laptop or something to use, so some kind of device like that. I think there's a lot of other
It
options that
literally
you could
works
go
on
for.
a lot of devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a de-influence campaign against this.
ooh.
Just tell people, look, go for the backbone. Like, how do
you
you
literally
think
have
they
that
feel?
PlayStation branded backbone? You literally have one. Like,
Mhm.
what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you just put your phone in it, and boom, you're good to go. Same
Yep.
thing. I don't know.
It's hard
This
to
is
see.
weird.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. I mean, I think that's what makes this product interesting for me is not the fact that I want it, but I'm just like curious at launch, how well will it do? Like, is there actually a market for this device? Like a market that would make it successful?
I think it is.
Oh, it is. It is from Twitter the
It's-
other day.
It's
is.
crazy.
Wow.
But it is. Like, I feel like Mike would, at that price, Mike might get it if we didn't keep telling him about the backbone. Like, I think people like him, like you said,
he still might.
he still might. Like you, I think everything that you said about not wanting to use your phone, even though that is on your laptop, people don't want to carry their laptops everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas, granted, this is an 8-inch screen, so it's not like it's super small. It's still more portable than a laptop. It's still theoretically more portable than an iPad that you're gonna also have to carry a controller with. So it's like, as unfortunate as it is, it does serve a market.
It does.
I
We
think
can
those
might use
people-
that iPad. We might use the iPad. Well, we might use your iPad.
But then you still got to carry your controller with it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what made the backbone work, because it was all essentially in one device. Whereas now it's doing that same thing where you don't have to carry two things. You can just throw the one thing in your bag. Granted, it's awkwardly shaped.
Yeah.
He just bought the Spider-Man controller. That's enough. Like, just chill out. You don't need that. You don't need this thing. That controller's $80. No.
That's fair. And granted, we don't even know if Mike's gonna get it. We're just throwing this on him. He's gonna watch this like, whoa, who did I say I was gonna buy it?
But yeah, no, it's just it's interesting to me because, you know, I think that's, you know, I've also been like taking some marketing classes and stuff, and also just thinking back to my time in school, which is crazy. It's just crazy sentence to say. Thinking back to my time in school 80 years ago.
Oh, don't even.
Well, it's weird. It's weird for me.
Ago.
I spent most of my life in school, and now I'm not.
Like, what? I've been out of school going on 10 years now.
You don't want to go.
But yeah, thinking about
right
like,
here in my face.
yeah,
12 years ago.
thinking about like the classes and stuff that I've taken, especially when it comes to like UX and UI. One of the things that my professor taught me was the fact that when you're designing something for people, you can't think like a designer. You have to think like how the consumer is going to use this product, or how the consumer is going to navigate this. So, like, from our perspective, we're like, there are so many other things you could use instead of buying this like $200 like screen with the controller in the middle. But for a common consumer who's maybe not up to date with all of these things and all these resources, they're like, man, it would be nice if I could play my PS5 games somewhere outside of my living room or something, in case like I can't play it like right in front of the screen, or maybe I don't want to play in front of the screen but I still want to play. So having a device like that would be useful to them. Crazy, but you know, I can see it. I can relate.
I've seen one thing that was funny is I saw some comments. People were like, "Oh, I need to buy a PS5 as well." I was like, bro, yeah,
Oh no.
you do. Like, you can't just get that and that's it. No.
Could you
Let's go
imagine?
check somebody else's PlayStation. Like, no. You need both.
That would be wild.
If you want to use Bluetooth headphones, you also need their headphones. You can't use anybody's Bluetooth headphones.
That's the other
So-
thing where it's like all of these accessories that they're gonna force you into. Like, I know I was joking with Trayvon before this started talking about having wired headphones already, but when I am on the go, yes, you're right. I do put in my Bluetooth headphones, so it is gonna suck to have to be like, oh, I gotta buy these PlayStation branded ones. Like,
well,
that's
And I
so
think it's just
So
weird.
those two they just announced, and that's it. I think too.
So you can't even get like the Pulse one?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm gonna see if they already
It's
got
supposed to be
anything.
PlayStation Link. It said PlayStation Link headphones.
so here's the thing though, Ditch, to what you were saying about like it's gonna suck having to invest in some new headphones. Like I already have headphones. The same thing kind of happened with Apple, you know? Like Apple has created an ecosystem around their products and they all work very well together, so that's why people keep
do.
investing in that. So if PlayStation can create an ecosystem in a similar fashion to where the headphones work very well with the Portal or with the PS5, then like people won't really mind and they'll probably like keep buying into the PlayStation ecosystem, especially if you're like a longtime PlayStation fan. You're like, you know, I'm already a customer of Sony, like, you know, I don't feel any kind of way about buying another one of their products. So
That's how I feel. I want
Sure.
I want the wireless AirPods, the PlayStation ones. I'd rather than I just can't. They fucking hurt my ears.
The big one was actually cheaper apparently than the AirPods. The AirPods
Really?
are $199,
I'm not
and
that
the
smart.
big one, the new big ones are $149
interesting.
currently.
Oh wow.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, I do want the AirPods or whatever the fuck those are.
I just hate having to keep like I like my Bose headphones. I want to use those for everything.
Yeah.
I hate like even when we're gaming, I hate having to pick up a different set of headphones because I can't attach those to my system. I like my Bose headphones. Let me use those everywhere.
Yeah, that would be ideal, but you know, capitalism gonna capitalism.
That is true.
But I think I feel pretty good about ending the podcast there. If you guys didn't have anything else you wanted to add or share or discuss or debate, possibly.
I have nothing else.
Yeah,
It's-
I know. It's in the portal.
It's been like with news in general.
Yeah, it has been a little bit since like Summer Game Fest. It's been pretty quiet. Part of that I think is once again, you know, I was in the process of moving, so I was not as plugged into the internet as I usually am. But the other part is like it legitimately has been like pretty quiet in terms of gaming after Summer Game Fest. It's weird. This has been like a weird year because it was quiet pretty much at the beginning of the year. Summer Game Fest happened, there was so much news, and now it's once again quiet. And I don't know if that's because we have a lot of like really good games that have come out that are also like pretty lengthy games, so people are too busy playing games to like report on the news or what's going on. But it's been
I feel like it's gonna hit us again soon.
Yeah, I feel like it's like just those dog days of summer where everybody's sort of prepping either for end of the year or really just fall in fourth quarter, or just holiday season, just really getting prepped for that. A lot of the games that we are expecting are ready to come out before this year is up or even early next year have already been announced.
Yep.
So now you're just sort of waiting for either more trailers or just more news on it.
Right.
But I think this is sort of just like that lull and you need to just be enjoying what you already have.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. One thing I guess I want to speak into existence is even though we just talked about me being an Xbox, what I really want to see is another PlayStation showcase, because the last one was kind of lackluster, and there are actually like 3 or 4 different titles that I was hoping to see an update on, like Stellar Blade, like Rise of Ronin.
Okay, I
guess that's something we could talk about quickly before we end. I heard there was a lot of delays with PlayStation. That was one of the rumors that I heard, and I honestly forgot about that until you were just talking about some of these different games. they were saying that there's been a lot of delays in some of the first-party titles that are coming.
Oh no.
So, Rise of the Ronin wasn't one of the ones that's still suggested, slated for Q1 of 2024.
Yeah, I think that's third party. I think
that could be.
Yeah.
But
Stellar
yeah,
Blade,
so like there was
might be first party.
Yeah, there was some of the rumors that, like I said, just different things are being delayed, whether or not it's for budgetary reasons, things getting retooled or whatever. But it was in their first quarter fiscal report. I'm pulling up the article now, see if they have listed some of the titles. It looks like The Last of Us, one of their multiplayer title, which already we knew was delayed. I guess it's getting delayed again.
The next title, not the multiplayer one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. But essentially, the gist of it was that several first-party titles that were slated to launch within this fiscal year, so that'd be until March of next year, is getting pushed to next or beyond this fiscal year. So,
well, that's unfortunate, but also the year is so stacked that like this would not be a bad year to try and, like if we can push or if we have to push things, it wouldn't be a bad year to do so. So I'm not too mad about it.
The article does specifically state that Stellar Blade might not fall under that because it's not technically being developed by Sony. It's only being published.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see. Because, like, I think Stellar Blade has 2 trailers at the moment. And I really want to see some more extended gameplay to really get a sense of what the combat is like. Because it looks like kind of a merge between Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. A little, possibly, maybe. So, yeah, I just want to know more about Bayonetta and Rise of Ronin. Rise of Ronin in particular because it looks a little bit like Ghost of Tsushima. But if they also wanted to talk about Ghost of Tsushima too, I wouldn't be mad about it. I would not be mad at all.
That's fair.
Didn't they just added that mode, right? They never do it 2 already?
Well, they've been talking about Ghost of Tsushima 2 since 1 came out, to be honest with you.
Isn't that the game y'all be playing?
Legends mode has been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for almost 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
It seemed like y'all just started playing it. That's
they
why
did.
I thought it just
See, here's the thing. We just started playing Fortnite, but Fortnite been out for like forever.
Yeah.
So
because I used to play Legends mode a lot right after it came out, and then a lot of my friends just didn't play it. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I played Legends while I still had PS Plus, and I enjoyed it. I no longer have PS Plus anymore though, so I do not be playing Legends. But
I have
that's
PS Plus,
besides.
but I rarely use it because I have no time.
Yeah. There's a shortage on time these days, it feels like.
Seriously.
Like when it comes to games, to fit in that many games is kind of ridiculous.
It is. There's like you said, there's so many games, and then so many new come out, so it's like your catalog just gets higher and higher and higher.
It's ridiculous.
Like I was thinking, like maybe I'll be able to get to like one of the games in my backlog before Spider-Man comes out, and now I don't know.
I got both Horizon games sitting there, and I won't touch it till next year.
Seriously, I still have to get through both of those. I still gotta beat Diablo, like I said. No.
Oh, because I feel like we talked about it a while ago.
We did, and then Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out.
Oh, yeah.
Right after that,
I pushed through that.
Yeah, I had to push through that. I forgot what else came out. Hogwarts Legacy came out. I had to push through that. Then that's when I got Diablo.
I had to push through that.
I still didn't push through that. I still have to beat Wolong, Fallen Dynasty on my PC.
I didn't know.
Legend of Zelda, I had to push to the side because I knew it was going to take up my whole year. So I'm like, let me just focus on other shit.
Yeah.
And I left that's going to be my cherry on top of the year. It's going back to Tears of the Kingdom.
That's really cool.
I believe so.
Well, for me, I guess it's been what? Hogwarts Legacy, then Jedi Survivor, then Final Fantasy. It was gonna be Immortals of Avium, but that didn't happen.
That's
I'm
where I'm
still
at
playing
now.
Final Fantasy right now.
Same.
If I finish that before Spider-Man, I'll probably play more Kakarot because I did buy the DLC. You know, I like.
I do want to go back to Kakarot. I do.
But Mortal Kombat's coming out. Like I told
Yeah.
Juwan, I might get mad.
God.
I told Juwan I might get mad, and yeah, Madden might not be coming. Like I might not be.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the time to be playing a sports game.
That's why I usually wait. I get 2K like when it's much cheaper. By that point,
Yeah.
I'm more invested.
Yeah.
There's also been a lot of sales this year, so I added even more to my
Yep.
backlog. So, yeah, it's not enough time. Not enough
It's
time.
just not. I might get the MK1 damn it, was it the one that you pre-order.
Oh, so you can get like the battle pass and get Shang Tsung and all that.
Right, yeah. I want the DLC
cool.
characters. Yeah, I want to do this. So I
Yeah,
might get the $100 version.
I don't see. Here's the thing. I still want to get Street Fighter 6 at some point. I need to add it to my wish list now that I think about it, so I know.
I know it's gonna show up on PlayStation Plus at some point. So maybe I'll just
Yeah, that
That's
Tekken 8's coming. Like
that too. I haven't bought any of those games in years. But the MK1 is different, bro.
The Mortal Kombat one they had. That's the one that they have the superheroes coming in, right?
yeah, they have Homelander and Omni-Man.
Right.
I still gotta buy
Peacemaker.
I need to play Call of Duty because Nikki's in it. So.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to play these horror games because I still want to do like horror stream. Like
That's out the 24th actually. Yeah.
so,
Resident Evil. I want to get to the Resident Evil games at some point.
Ooh.
There's
a lot of those.
I just
know.
saw a humble bundle for those.
Humble Bundle.
If you're
Yeah.
down to play a single player horror game and it's on Game Pass, Signalis was one of like the indie darlings from 2020. It was either 2021 or 2022, but not a lot of people have played it. But everybody that I've read that has played it like really love it.
Oh man, I'll take a look.
And it's actually one of the games that I think I'm going to try to squeeze in October. So I would recommend it.
Because I do want to do, like I said, just some horror streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
Are you
like,
gonna be streaming on Twitch?
That's the plan.
Oh,
I gotta pick a day and date. I'm thinking probably either Tuesdays or Thursdays. Do like an hour or two weekly, just streaming different horror games. So like I have a bunch installed on my computer now. I'm installing this one now, the Signalis one.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I saw someone talking about earlier. What was it called? Crap.
A horror game?
I can't remember the name of it. Unholy, that's what it's called. It's on Steam. Yeah, I guess like I don't know. The lady I saw this streamer. She was playing it. I didn't watch it fully because I knew I was gonna want to get it. But like, essentially, it looks like you gotta go like find out the mystery of your disappearing child, and like you go into some really spooky areas. So I'm interested. It looks like it's on. Like I said, I saw it on. I also think it's on all systems. So I might just get it for my PlayStation.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's my. But doing that and trying to still play everything else, hoping wanting to stream more, will make me play more games.
Yeah, it will. It definitely, especially I got some people in my chat that are very active when it comes to keeping up with what's going on with the games and whatnot. So it's a gift and a curse.
Fair. Oh, the Resident Evil one's over. The Humble Bundle is over now, Joel.
For
what was in
the
it?
remake of Resident Evil 4?
They had a bunch of Resident Evils. I saw Village was in there. I saw I think it had. I saw 1, 2, and 4. I don't know if they were the remake or not. Then like I said, I saw Village. I think 6 was in there.
Oh, that sounds
But
pretty good.
I saw it the other day, but I don't see it when I'm looking now, so it must have ended.
I thought I saw some of those at PlayStation Plus. What is that?
I thought. There's also that. Yeah, I'm sure some of them are.
I think the first Resident Evil, the original, and maybe the original Resident Evil 2 might be on Game Pass. I know for sure the first one is on Game Pass. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there to play, both new and old. So
yeah,
you know,
much.
Seriously,
that's why
and that's not even including Nintendo.
like there's Bomber Cyberpunk I want to play that is on the Switch. What else is on the Switch? What was I? Oh, Rain Code came out on the Switch that I want to check out at some point. What else? There's a bunch of indies I want to check out too that are on the Switch. But yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I feel like we talk about backlog every time we podcast.
Because there's so much of it now.
Yeah, it becomes overwhelming. It definitely
this year is just gonna make everything worse because how much of us are gonna move stuff back to put stuff in those new slots.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yeah, it's always an issue. That's why I think I have a playlist called Backlog or something like that, where it's like games that I should have played a long time ago that I haven't, but I make a playlist for it on YouTube, so that way it's like if you feel like watching an old game, then here it is. If not, that's okay. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna wrap things up. I am starting to fall asleep, so I think it's
oh no.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why. It's like once we get past 9 o'clock, I'm like, damn, I'm so tired.
Oh no, trust me, I get it. I'd be tired.
Yeah. I drank coffee today too. Like I never drink coffee. I really hated it because I usually go for like the lattes that are really just mostly milk. But I had a nitro coffee and it was too bitter, so then I picked up like a little fruit packet to eat. So like it made it a little bit better, but
you normally have your coffee, or you don't normally have coffee. You said.
I usually drink lattes, which are like sweet. So.
Okay.
I still do regular coffee too. My coffee's always sweet.
Yeah, mine's never. I don't drink that shit. Like.
Yeah.
Or like I need sugar and like some cream.
Yeah.
Like.
See, but here's the thing. Like there were other people like at the counter. So I didn't want to be judged putting like 5 packs of sugar into my coffee and then pouring milk into it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I stare people down as I pour more milk in.
I have a routine. I got like 4 sugars and like 3 of those creamers.
I don't put that much. I don't put that much. I don't put a lot of sugar in mine. I do add milk, but I usually add coconut milk so I get a little coconut flavor.
See, the other thing was, what was I gonna say? Wow, just like as soon as I said that, it flew out of my freaking head. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea. But yeah, I had coffee today.
As soon as we end.
It probably will. Or maybe I'll remember when I like watch this back. I'm like, oh, I know what I was gonna say now. But it doesn't matter. It's not that important anyway. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me for another podcast once again. It's been a lot nicer to be able to, chat with you guys about gaming and instead of just like talking to myself, talking to a wall. So I appreciate y'all's time and opinions. I like being able to bounce off you guys because you guys have some different perspectives and tastes that I can't speak to. So I appreciate you all.
Appreciate
you. Anytime.
Yeah. And then I mentioned it at the beginning, but Dig and Geekset are working on like starting up their gaming content. We have our first podcast over there talking about Summer Game Fest of 2023, which was this year, at least the time of recording. So yeah, be sure to check that out if you want to hear our opinions on that. If you happen to miss that news, or maybe you just want to recap because things are slow and you don't have anything better to do with your time, I guess. Let's see. Trayvon, do you have any content channels, anything you want to promote or tell people about? Or maybe even just like, a personal celebration, like you got a puppy.
Tell them Nerds with the Tech is coming soon, Trayvon.
Nerds with the Tech.
Maybe just Nerd with the Tech. Maybe he'll start again. Right now I just have the name. Eventually I'll use it again. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just here, just on social media and working and looking forward to New York Comic Con. Honestly. That's pretty much.
Yeah. I think I was looking at my work calendar. I have a half day on that Thursday. I'm like, perfect. I can show up, get my bag, and dip. So, and maybe talk to you guys.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe if you guys are around.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there that whole day. Probably that Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I meant to do? While I was at DreamCon, I meant to get you in some vlog footage, so I could be like, look, this is one of the people I podcast with, we game, and then I didn't do that. But we have the picture, so maybe it'll be a voiceover.
Right. DreamCon was hectic.
It was. I was tired doing that too. The mood for the year is tired.
Man, let me tell you.
Yeah, I wasn't even going out like you were, so I can only imagine how that was for you.
A lot of coffee that weekend too.
Yeah, never watching the vlog. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he also Geekset's got a vlog on DreamCon. The next part will be coming out soon-ish. Don't want to put a date on it, but
I appreciate it. It was supposed to be Monday, and you see what happened.
Yeah, all right. You still got time. It's still the same. Well, it's almost Thursday. But no pressure. By the time that this is out,
that felt like pressure.
No. By the time that this is out, the second episode will likely be out. I hope. So
yeah,
be sure to check that out. Be sure to check that out. Joel, do you have anything you want to share or promote, or anything you've been a part of that you would like to talk about?
Not really. Lately, I've just been on Chatter After, like dailies on Mondays. We do the show together, everyone. So that's really it. It's the only thing I've been doing lately. So it's really my only thing to promote. Listen there when we do our pods. And that's kind of it at the moment.
Yeah. Yep, those are fun as well. I was sad I couldn't do the Blue Beetle one. I think I'm going to go see it on Sunday, though. I actually have to buy the tickets right after this. So...
Please do.
Oh, if you buy it for Sunday, it should only be $4. Well, I don't know. You're in New York. They might double
No, it's only $4. Thank God. It's only $4.
It's $4 everywhere.
Yeah,
okay. Hey... I don't know about New York sometimes.
That was a legit concern, but no, it's only $4.
Jamie was on stream the other day talking about a $30 roast beef sandwich.
I don't know if it was worth it. It was good. Like the pastrami I tried, it was good, but I don't know if the sandwich is worth $30. But a lot of stuff here is not worth what it costs. So, but that's a different topic.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
But
you're adjusting to up north prices.
Yeah, well,
not everything is quality.
I skipped dinner last night because I'm like, should I buy it? Should I just eat my goldfish? I think I'll just have goldfish. So.
Oh God.
I mean, I wasn't hungry anyway, but no, yeah, I'm trying to resist the price adjustment, but we'll have to cave at some point probably. So yeah, a little personal stuff for you guys before we close out, I guess. But if you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to hit the like button so that way it gets recommended to you along with other content that you'll enjoy, and subscribe so that way you get the updates directly fed to your inbox so you don't have to search for it, don't have to worry about YouTube's algorithm not delivering it to you. Once again, would like to thank my guests for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a nice evening or night. Always enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.